Hey guys, alright, so I finally got everything set up, and I do apologize for the delay in the video again. So the video was completely corrupted, and I do apologize for that. And you'll notice that in the video I tend to repeat myself sometimes. I was just really nervous. I'm still getting comfortable in being used to be on webcam and talking. As far as that goes, sometimes I may not find the best words, but all in all, I wanted to make something very beautiful to send some positive vibes and positive energies, loving energies, and to address some things that this is just a very temporary setting until I get more decks and more items in as I build up, and as well as an altar to actually work at. So I'm having to do this in my bed right now, and it's kind of wobbly, as you can see this right here, and I don't have the best camera to work with. But anyways, I will explain everything later on in the video, at the end of the video, of course, about all these items here and the crystals, but I'm sending all this energy for you, all the higher collective for you. And now the video will begin. I'm sending a lot of love, smoochies, huggles, kissies, everything your way. And here we go. Hello, my loves. Alright, I finally got everything set up, and again, disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. I am just sort of still in practice, but this is my first go as far as a video, and again, pardon me if I do still do my throat clearing, because I'm still sort of sick. But anyways, let's get to the nitty-gritty. Card 1 has citrine, which is right here. It's absolutely gorgeous, you can see. And then card 2 is opalite, if you resonate with that. And under card 3 is purple amethyst. And under card 4 is rose quartz. Alright. And then under card 5 we have clear quartz. Okay. And then for card 6 we have green amethyst. Not sure if you can see it too well. Ah! Okay. There we go. Alright. Now this is a pick a card. You can pick one or more cards. If you are drawn to more than one, you can try to quiet your mind. You can ask for help, guidance, just whichever you are drawn to, or whichever crystal that you are drawn to, and ask for either your higher self, and let just go with the flow. If you prefer, like, say, card 1 and then card 4 draws to you. If you're more drawn to those cards, then you can skip to those timelines. I will link the timelines below. And but in the meantime, I will do some oracle card readings. I have them right here, and we will get to the nitty-gritty of your higher collective through all of these cards, of who's going to be here and the purpose of them. Because the higher collective of a pick a card during all of this is your placements as to what your higher collective is trying to get you to focus on, and what they are concerned for you, and what they are trying to convey a message for you. So let's see. So while you meditate on that, while you relax, just quiet your mind, unclench your jaw if your jaw is clenched. Just, take a couple deep breaths and, untense your back. All the good stuff. It's all good. All with love, and it's all good. So we're going to be seeing who's going to be assisting us today in these oracle cards. Again, just relax and don't let, it's no pressure, but we're going to see. Here, let me get away here so you can still see me shuffle. Now, in my regards, I am not the best at shuffling, so please do forgive me. I still cannot shuffle. I am sorry about that. I am still practicing. Okay. And some of these may be of yourself. Some of these may be of higher beings. You're going to ask loved ones, yourself, your angels, your guides, spirit animals, as to what to do. So, let me break that into this, and here we go. The world. Alright, so there's some expansion. I'm not sure if you can see this because it's really shiny. But that's all about expansion and opening up. And especially with everything that's going around, like even though things may be feeling like, you may feel like the whole weight of the world is on your shoulders. There may be a release coming that they may want you to know that, hey, everything is going to be okay. That everything is going to be okay. And that you see how the person is on like a dock and looking at the world right there. That is you viewing the world as it is, and it's just, you can either view it as something beautiful, something chaotic, which with everything that's going on, it wouldn't be surprised, but whatever your personal issues are or problems, it's something that needs to be spoken about. And that's something so far that I'm sure that they want you to know. The Magician in the mirror. See, look at you. This is who you are. This is who you are. You are a powerful being. You're finding the balance. You're transforming into finding yourself into who you are. And you're reflecting on, doing a lot of self-reflection by opening up. And especially with all this, I hate to say it, especially with everybody being inside, you're kind of on the teeter-totter a little bit, with, should I do this? Should I do that? And they're saying, hey, as far as feelings or even as thinking, because your mind may be running 1,000,000 miles an hour, and even as far as your emotions may be going apathetic, or you may be really empathetic or sympathetic, but you have the passion for it to overcome certain obstacles. And then with the whole mirror that reflects upon the world itself and upon who you are. So let's see who's next in line. Archangel Gabriel, here we go. Let's see, fifth chakra, not third. Let's see about speaking your truth. It's all about speaking your truth. Like, do not hold back. He is the messenger. So Archangel Gabriel's coming through and saying, hey, that yes, that you are this, that you need to speak. You need to speak. And he's delivering that message very clearly, and also with great dignity and great love. And it's just absolutely beautiful the way. Also, I'm getting like a sense of a lot of art. There's a lot of art in the way he does things. Very musical, whether you are a singer or a poet, something very creative. Not either as far as, I would say, something that pertains to, I'm kind of stumbling over my words here a little bit, but he is the messenger of all. And he's wanting you to evolve into seeing the reality of what you are, that you are capable of seeing the truth of expansion, of overcoming certain obstacles and overcoming whatever has been silenced for so long. That if you felt, for example, like if you have felt so enclosed like a hermit, like me for example, I will just put that, like for me for example, like now's the time to speak your truth, because you're finding the balance. Now's the time to speak your truth. So who else is next? Archangel Michael, look at that. See, he is also the speaker of truth. What did I just say? The speaker of truth. Wow. Archangel Michael, the root chakra, also leadership qualities. See, like you are getting all of those in line. Like, see here with the magician and the mirror, you're self-reflecting. So Archangel Gabriel's bringing in some love, and Archangel Michael is bringing you his sword of truth, his sword of strength. You have the power to overcome any obstacle with the magician, because you know that's what you are. And you need to self-reflect and overcome all of those things, no matter the circumstances, because times have been hard. Who else is next? Archangel Chamuel, third chakra. Playful energy. There we go. All right. So that is wow, that is absolutely, like, that is the creative energy. You have that creative spark. You have that playful energy, seeing that, you know, this world is not such a bad place. And that whatever may be on your shoulders is coming to an end. And this is who you are. So that is absolutely amazing. So, wow. That is awesome. And forgive me if I pronounced Archangel Chamuel wrong. Oh man. But we have these main archangels coming through here that are like, hey, this is what needs to be opened up for all of these here. And I'm only gonna, I think I may pull 6. You know what? I'm gonna pull 6. I'm going to pull 6, one for each card. And let's see. Angel of Strength. What did I just tell you? Angel of Strength. Right there. See, you are capable. The Angel of Strength is sending you a whole lot of love. And that coincides with Archangel Michael sending you. That is a complete double whammy right there. And also, like, you have tamed, like, you are taming all of those. Oh wow, like, just the energy, like, even like the fire, like, you've been through the fire and the flames, like the whole rough seas, through the rough, like, through the tornadoes, through the mudslides, everything that can be as possible. And whether you have been so enclosed as given the situation in this world, it's time to open up. And Archangel Gabriel's sending that love to make you this magician in the mirror to self-reflect. You've been doing a lot of self-reflecting lately, and you have an entire team here. Wow. That is beautiful. And that's just a general reading overall with these cards. That is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, wow. Okay. Because you got playful energy, you got that funniness, like, got that, the kid at heart behavior. You got the, you know, it's time to speak your truth. You have the strength. You have everything to overcome everything that you need to do. You are just very persistent in what you do. Like, do not give up in anything that you do. And it's time to come out of that hermit hole. It is definitely time to come out of that hermit hole and become who you are supposed to be. And you are able to tame not just one element, but water, fire, air, earth. You are all. And that is extremely powerful. And you have a great sense of humor, how to deal with it, even though if it may not even though it may not come across as like, well, should I say this or should I not? Do not hold back, because they are saying, like, hey, do not hold back on that. That is something that does need to be worked on. Do not hold back. You are taking leadership. You are definitely in your roots. You are definitely growing. And every part of you that is, you always have to nourish those roots before you're able to grow that beautiful tree. You always plant that seed, and then once you nourish and grow, once you nourish that seed, and with the water and everything, you speak to it positively, and you give yourself positive affirmations, or you say how beautiful it is, no matter how much, like, manure, you may pile on top of it. They're saying that that's what grows you. That's the strength. That's what makes you so strong, with such great valor. And you have such perseverance to keep on going. And they are not done with you yet, by any means. They are not done with you yet. Like, they are there. They are definitely there. Like the angel of strength, especially if you're, I would say for all my, if you have like, I know if you're a Leo or even just fire signs in general, but you know, you're able to tame the chaotic mind within, the chaotic beast within. You need to tame the inner beast within the cage, essentially. And you have the willpower to do it, because this is what you are, is magician in the mirror, because that's what you have been doing, is self-reflecting. And also mirrors are different portals to other places, and that's the other expansion to different horizons. And that is absolutely gorgeous. So that is just a general reading so far on that. So now this is going to be a very long video. These are just oracle cards. So, but we have the world. You're the magician. Everybody's a magician in this area. No matter what card you pick, you are the magician in the mirror. And Archangel Gabriel is telling you to say, hey, it is time. It is time to take your voice, say what you need to say. And Archangel Michael is handing you his sword of truth. And also being a kid at heart, with some wittiness along with it. And also, I would say, like I said, pay attention to your spirit animals. If you have a spirit animals of any felines, or if you have, if you're a Leo, that has tamed the beast within, and you know, you have been walking side by side in the astral realm with your spirit animals, that is absolutely gorgeous. So for those that chose the citrine and card number 1, let's take a peek. Card number 1, you guys chose the Palace of Wands. And with the Palace of Wands, this is what your higher collective wants you to know, is that this is a place where your mental mind, that your desires, like there's a transformation or a new opportunity, a project of something creative. And with not only the dragons here, you're taking back what the oracle cards have said, your strength, your power, your passion, your desires, and it's in a very warm place. It's in a very warm place. You see, like, we see ourselves as somebody that is, you know, very, you know, whenever we get excited about something, I just want you to take a good look at it. You know, you may be going through a phase where, I'm going to put that right there. You may, whoops. You may be going through a phase like where you're transforming new ideas, new, you know, new leadership roles, like either in, like work or new projects, or even new romances, new relationships. But it's a rebirth of something new. If you look at the butterflies here, that's a rebirth of something new. And with the dragons, that, you know, you are taking hold of who you are. And that's something that they want you to know. They want you to know that there's a transformation that that needs to be taking place, that you need to be taking power of, and that whatever creative outlets or your passions are, get to them. And they say it with the utmost love and sincerity, because this is all about love right here. It's a warm environment where you can converse with others, like the spark ignites. They're trying to light those fireworks right under your bosom. And I can honestly tell you, they will not hesitate to interfere physically if need be. So that is definitely, something that they will take. They will definitely take something and say, like, oh, well, if you see certain symbolisms, like whether you're watching a movie or you see certain repeating numbers, and that goes for all of these cards here, that if you see certain repeating numbers, go ahead and look them up. And for the number of butterflies here, there's 1, 2, 3 of butterflies, and that's for numerology, that's for creativity. Like, it's a very expressive number. And then for the 2 dragons, that's one for duality, for harmony, for peace. So there's for love as well. And if you've been in a place of like stagnation or something that you feel like you've been lacking, maybe artistically, they're trying to give you hints here and there, saying, hey, it's time to reinvigorate, reignite those fireworks and light those sparks again, whether it's love, whether it's in a job, what you're passionate for, and what your transformation is, what you're reawakening to, and what you've changed about yourself. So I'm going to do some tarot, and we're going to see what that says. Excuse me. So for the Palace of Wands, I will not read reversals on this, but I will do some shadow work, I think. I may not, I'm not sure. Okay, so here we go. This is a large deck, I can promise you. They're almost like the size of oracle cards. Alright. Let's see. Those. That wands. Palace of Wands. Show me Palace of Wands. Palace of Wands. Again, I cannot shuffle. I am so sorry about that. But yes, transformation has begun. They're just wanting to light the fireworks. Or light your soul, light your essence. Okay, so let me do this. Feel like that's good. Excuse me. For the first card, we have King of Swords. Oh, alright, so King of Swords. And then King of Coins. Awesome. Wow. That's pretty intense. King of Swords and then King of Coins. See who else is next. Queen of Coins. Alright, so there's a lot of, like I said, it may be job opportunities that could be into focus. Three of Swords. Oh no. Okay. Okay. And then Eight of Cups. Alrighty. And then a Four of Swords. I'm going to lay them all out, and then I'm going to read them. Okay, crystals. Oh, wow. Okay. King of Wands. There we go. This is pretty intense. And then, oh wow, the Victory card. See. Oh wow, you can see you working on yourselves. And then, rapid change. It's been a quick process. See. Alright. So as I said, you know, it could be love. It could be an investment, you know, or career. So, as I would say, like with the King of Swords, and that's all about communication, especially communication. So maybe, and like, he is, I mean, look at him. He is definitely, let's see, I don't want these to be upside down. Okay, where can I put them? He is in charge. Usually this is like one of the angels, one of my angelic cards, like top notch. Oh, Anubis, no. Anubis. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Oh, Anubis. Come here, baby. It's okay, darling. You can. Please, baby, don't step on my cards, no! Why is it only you can sit there? Usually I associate this card whenever, like, somebody from the astral realm is trying to come forth and say, hey, this is what has been happening. Because see, especially like maybe a passed on loved one or a guide, or even if you're an air sign and you're just have been in this field in a Palace of Wands that has been passionate and been stuck, if you're just an air sign. And the same with the King of Coins and the Queen of Coins. And see, I love this. I love how alert she is. She's like, you know, where are the kids? Oh, wow. Beautiful. But very humble energy. They're both very hardworking, very humble energy. And as somebody who is a King of Swords, is very blunt, very straightforward. And that may have hurt you. Or you may have walked away from that. And maybe rest on your morals, like it's something that you needed to rest on. Or maybe you could have been traveling or walking away from like an opportunity that was presented to you. Because see, if you see here, right underneath, that's been like the Four of Swords, which is like your, oh gosh, you know what just hit me? For those of you that have been maybe in the work field, to me this presents as marriage. Somebody could have been, really have broken your heart. Or somebody have left. Or somebody that has passed on. Because maybe this King of Swords, which could be an air sign, I feel like this King of Swords could be an air sign. That could be a couple, near to a couple. Or even just any of these right here. Like, usually that's from the astral realm, and that could have hurt some of the most humble people. And see here, whenever they're walking away, they're walking up, 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 up. And like they're resting. And that was very painful. Like it was like a painful loss. And maybe like, and for those that are right under here, you know, you have been definitely working on yourselves, because I consider this a separate line for 2 readings of this. Maybe marriage, or even single life. That, you know, people have been working on themselves, and it's been a rapid change, but it's been a successful rapid change. And you do share a lot of insights, especially with somebody that is very passionate. You know, a male energy. I mean, the kings and queens really do not matter. It's just the type of feminine or masculine energy. And with the Hierophant right here, it's like, it's more of a commitment type feel. I don't know, like, it's almost like I'm trying to portray a message. This is also a message as well. Like, maybe all of this happened really fast. And that's something that they're trying to get to you. And this is definitely some of you, whether you King of Coins or Queens of Coins, or even King of Wands, have been, you know, working on yourselves. It's been, you know, a rapid change that you've been working on yourselves. You've been committed not just to work on yourselves after maybe walking away or losing something or in a depressive state. And certain things could be, you could also be astral traveling in your dreams, and that's probably the place of transformation that's taken place, where they've transitioned on, because that's the only out of place where I feel where this King of Swords is. Wow. you know what? Not everything is lost. I will tell you that. Someone you were either very close to, this is where you meet. They've transitioned on in some form or another. And look, like they're happy for you. They're very happy for you. It's like, this is like the ultimate, like they're happy that you're working on yourself. Because they're committed to helping you still. And with these earth signs, and even with this fire sign, but the astral plane, I feel like this is coming from the astral plane. And I'm gonna do some, let's do some oracle cards just to confirm. I mean, there's is just, wow. You know, there's success. There's been a lot of self-development. There's been a lot of travel, I would say, to this place where your higher collective, I would assume this is maybe your higher collective as well. Whoop, this one flopped out. And Patience flopped out. Okay. So, the ticking clock has been, the ticking clock has been, you know, you've been really working on yourselves, I would say, right under here. You know, it takes time to grow things. It takes time to because with the King of Swords, they have receivers, they have all sorts of stuff that, you know, they're the doers, they're the communicators. And we got confirmation that you know, all who was here, which was archangels, Michael, Gabriel, and Jamiel, yeah. And you are the magician. And it may be a very painful process. There's so many ways that it can go. So I'm gonna cut this and do this number here and see what pops out. Okay. Action. So yes, that would represent that one. Like, things are taking place. Quite fast. And hostilities is reversed. So it's not a hostile environment. In fact, quite peaceful. Anxiety. Yeah. Again, we tend to get all up in our head sometimes. So, woman holding a coin. See, that coincides with how you make your money and that coincides with the Queen of Coins. Maybe worried about how you make your money. The thinking man. That could also be the king of coins, or the passed on loved one, or even the King of Wands. Somebody who's very intelligent, actually is a do-gooder. And Archangel Chamuel, all is good, all is playful. Once again. Okay, one more. And blossoming abundance. Look at that. See, this is what you're receiving. Because you have nothing to worry about. Because the only things that there's a thinking man, the woman holding a coin. Again, you see with the black, whoops, the black cat. Also good fortune. She is dressed amazingly. I love her colors. And the thinking man, he is holding actually some crystals. But he knows. He knows how to reignite those sparks to get he knows how to take action. She knows how to do action. It's nothing nothing hostile, but there's a lot of worry. There's a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of, what's going on in the mind. And Archangel Chamuel, I'm so sorry I'm mispronouncing that name. His name, is like, hey, I'm here. Like, there is nothing to worry about. You need to see the world through rose-colored glasses, because there's some blossoming abundance coming your way. There's some finances, there's some changes, new friends, success, because you've been on quite the journey. So that's for card number 1. And it's been a rapid, it's been a commitment. Like, you stayed committed going to this place, and it's been a huge transformation in your life, and it's been a fast one as far as that goes, to pull you out of that heartbreak, to pull you out of that sadness or depression or that anxiety. And there is so much more headed your way. Even though you have been graciously working on yourself, you've been taking care of yourself. Like, they're saying that you need to take care of yourself, even if you have lost someone or you've dealt with a lot of heartbreak. Like, that you still need to stick with your roots. You still need to not only love others, but you need to love yourself. And that's your true passion, in order to get where you need to be. And that's right there. Whoops. So sorry. So sorry. We You definitely need to be. And it's going to be a complete, like, hey, like, I did it. I finally did it, guys. It's going to be so rewarding. And just like that blossoming abundance card that I pulled up. That's amazing. All right. All right. For those that chose card number 2 and the opalite, let's see what your card is. You guys got the Palace of Swords. Now this is, excuse me, this is a place of your higher self, and like where even all your creativity, it's similar to the Palace of Wands. A lot of creativity comes to play. And if you look at the Pegasus right here, that also extends to bravery and honesty, creativity, and that to not have clouded judgment, and also that extends to not just your higher self, but the more you look at this card, that explains how can I put this into words? How you're able to communicate very easily through inner minds. Even you're very visual, and that's what they're trying to, your higher collective is what they're trying to expand upon, is that say, hey, that you're rising above like a Pegasus here. You are rising above like a Pegasus, above the clouds, to receive all the information into your higher self, to your conscience, and to not be afraid. There is no fear. There's a lot of courage and a lot of artwork, a lot of artistry, poetry. If you're into poetry, music comes into play here. There's a lot of vocal activity, a lot of inner mind receptivity, and whether you're receiving any sort of downloads, if you're a very visual person, that's the place that they're telling you, saying, hey, again, like if you're receiving like anything in dreams, or if you're an artist, if you're a writer, if you're a musician, if you're just anything very artistic, that's what they want you to that's what they want you to focus on. And to not be afraid to expound upon that, and not to get too lost into your own head, because you have a lot of great ideas. You have a lot of great... You sell yourself short sometimes, because if you look at these right here, sometimes you sell yourself short. But there's a million... I can see like a lot of you have a million things going at 1,000,000 miles an hour, as I've said before. And because you're like, oh, let's tackle this, let's tackle that. But they're trying to tell you to focus more. And also, even with astral projection, it's very similar with the Palace of Wands. And meeting others on the astral plane, and even with spirit animals, or loved ones, or even other dimensional beings. That comes into play here. And that is something that you should not be afraid of. That's something That's something that they want to speak the truth about. It's something to be very creative, very playful, and to take leadership over, because you are the handler. You are able to not only exceed great heights, but you're very down to earth. You're very multi-talented in so many aspects, and you sell yourself short with that. So, and not to mention, I would say some very psychic abilities, or ESP, is going on here as well. So there's a lot of things here within the crown chakra that's going on. Crown and third eye chakra. And speaking, you're trying to translate into what all's going on. So I'm gonna put this up and see what the collective has to say for that. It's a very gentle approach, and it's like, hey, get to it. Step 2. Get to it. Get to work. Like, we're trying to communicate with you. If you've seen any symbolisms, or if you're interested in any, like, mythology, or, like, mystical beings, like fantasy beings, that's another symbolism of just that sparks your interest. And that's something that they're like, hey, get to it, because it has been there for a very long time, and that's something that they want to convey with you. So let's pull some tarot. Again, I cannot shuffle tarot. I'm so sorry. And it's a beautiful place. It is exceptionally gorgeous. Like, if you have a meditation technique, it's also another thing. Like, if music is your zen, like me, you can get lost in your own little world, and that's like, hey, I get that. That's my vibe, man. That is completely my vibe. That's my peace and quiet. That's where I receive my downloads. So let's see what they have to say, or what the collective, or what the general reading for Palace of Swords for you guys read. Two of Swords. Awesome. That's actually very good, because you're choosing. There's options. Wands. 4 of Wands. Home environment. Yes. And then Judgment. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is the most gracious thing to pull. Like, this is your calling. The Sun. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then 7 of Wands. All right. And then 6 of Swords. Alright, and now I'm gonna do below. Alright, 9 of Wands. Wow. Okay. And then 7 of Coins. Okay. Wow. On point. On point. They are the star. Oh, wow. On point. On point, guys. On freaking point. And then Knight of Wands, your passion. Seven of Cups. I mean, not Seven of Cups. Five of Cups. Oh, don't. And the Death card. Rebirth. Change. Now. Alright. Now let's, put these up. Alright, so in the Two of Swords, where it's like she's able to not only have the option to, it's more so, I see it as a protection, like a veil. Like, you're able to lift the veil as far as, like, that's what they are trying to do, is lift the veil as far as a home environment, and that's the calling that they're trying to do. That's the message that they're trying to portray, and whatever brings you, and that's your conscience. And see, that resonates with the higher self of the Palace of Swords, is consciousness, and something that you know personally, like that's your job, that's something that you have been doing for a while, and it's been a struggle, and you feel like it's been like, oh, when is it gonna get here, like I may have been a failure, but hey, the Death card, no, like, that's gotta change. And with the Star, that's being brought to your attention. Like that, not just with hope on the horizon, but it's being brought to your attention. Don't give up that passion. Like, there's more than meets the eye. And with the Seven of Wands, like, you are very persistent. Like, you are, like, you're communicating in what you need to do. They are communicating that, saying, hey, like, the fight is almost over, the struggle is almost over, you know, the veil is going to be lifted soon, and within the home environment. And that can correlate to this, or even within just your mind, and what the struggle in your mind, or the depression, the worry, and even though there is, like, you know, I would say bits and spurts of energy here and there, but it's something that you know. It's something that you definitely know. And even though it's like, there's also, like, it's like, you know, you may need to change something. It's like, but you don't know how. You may not know how. Or you may be transforming something, especially with the Death card, as far as, like, artistically, because, but, and it's something that you are very, wow, it's something that makes you happy. It's something that's, you have a very happy outlook on, and it's bringing you, you know, it gives you this sense of not just security, but, you know, you don't want to feel complacent anymore. You generally just don't want to feel complacent in a place where it's like the same repetition every day, and it's like, how do I change this? What do I need to do? And how do I accomplish it? It's like I've done so much and I feel like it's going nowhere, but it's changing. You fought, like you've defended your answer, like you've defended like what you've been doing, and the focal point, and like you've been protecting what your pieces, like your where you retreat to, and then all of that's going to change for you and transform into something so much better, because that is your calling, that is your duty to, that will be brought to your attention, that you've been building up for. And then all of that, you won't have to be so, you won't have to struggle anymore. You won't have to wear that blindfold. That blindfold will be off. And that is just such a beautiful message. Oh my gosh. Like your higher self is like, hey, look at this. Look at you. You are such an amazing person, like with so many amazing qualities. Like there's nothing to be so disappointed about. There's nothing, like, I understand that you may be in this situation. You know, life does happen, but the battle is almost over, and they're bringing you that attention, bringing you that to your attention, and you won't have to struggle so much more. And probably, and it could be just your hobbies, it could be just, it could be so many things. But it is definitely your calling. Like to do what it is that you are doing, whether it's meditation, whether it's money investments, or like of artwork or creativity. I see a lot of passion, and you know, you may feel disappointed about it. So you know what, I'm gonna draw some oracle cards and see how this matches up. Oh. Okay. That was the first to flop out. Let's see. Alright, community and patience. Look at that. These are your guides, and then the patience, like, hey, this is gonna build up to something beautiful. Wow. Oh wow. It's like, you know it, like your community, whether it's your guides, your friends, family, it's yourself, your higher self, angels, everybody, like they are rooting for you, and you have no clue. You, again, like with the Palace of Wands, you may sell yourself short sometimes, and it's hard to in this world sometimes. But life isn't about competition, it's all about growth, and everybody's purpose here is different. We all have a unique purpose here, and that's what they want you to know, and that's what they're trying to get you to know. So you know what, I am keeping these cards out. So patience, kindred spirits, because that that comes with the astral realm. That was beautiful. I loved that. Oh wow. Oh my goodness, so creative. I love this. You have so much support. Like there's an entire army. Good gosh. Oh wow. This is immense. Okay, and that did not count. Carrying connections, okay? So that's like sharing. That one flopped out. Okay, I think mine are shuffled. Because I can't let them keep on flying out. Okay, so whether they're coming through saying, like, your higher collective may be coming through to other people, like passerbys or family or what other beings or animals, and you're like, oh, like, when's it gonna be, my time? When is it gonna get here? Like, what do I do? You may be jumbled up in the head a little bit, and that's okay. It's okay. Everybody has their time. And the Magician and the Mirror is reversed. Again, you're selling yourself short of what you are, because you are the Magician and the Mirror. You're selling yourself short of what you're capable of doing, and they're letting you know that. Okay, so what more? Archangel, I always turn these over. Archangel Uriel is coming through. That resonates with the Palace of Swords. Archangel Uriel, it resonates with the crown chakra, as I mentioned. And Archangel Uriel is like, hey, it's time to open up. So you've got that support with Archangel Uriel. And then just 2 down here. Okay. Yes, and Archangel Gabriel is like, hey, you need to speak your truth. Yep. See, I told you this was the astral plane. And ooh, look. Man holding a heart. Some possible caring person is coming along. Whether it's a guide or maybe a significant other that is just saying, hey, that you are this beautiful soul. Like, why? Like, there's so much love. Oh my God. Like, there is so much love for you guys that picked this card. Wow. That, hey, like, it doesn't matter, like, if it's woman or about, it's just whoever's holding the heart has so much love for you, especially for the caring connections. And it could be another one that could have passed on recently, whether it's a male figure or an older male, and is saying that, hey, you need to, like, you are just, like, you are the apple of my eye. It doesn't have a romantic feeling to it. It's like unconditional love. That's the feeling I get from this, is that is that there's unconditional love, that almost, I would say almost soulmate connections. It's just absolutely beautiful. Like, they're trying to let you know that you are, as I pulled earlier in the readings. Again, I'm so sorry. And that it could be romance, but I feel like it's so much deeper than that. It could just be a masculine energy. It could be an animal, it could be anything. But there's an abundance of love, and that is something so beautiful. Wow. I love this reading. That is so gorgeous. Oh God, you guys. God. You almost got me on the verge of tears. Alright, guys. For the ones that chose card number 3, the amethyst, right here. Let's see what you guys picked. The Palace of Cups. Let's see if I can get it oriented. There we go. The Palace of Cups. Excuse me. Alright. What your higher collective is saying to expound upon in the Palace of Cups. This is talking about your subconscious and all about your dreams. And as you can see, the jellyfish here and the seahorse, and then the dolphins in the background here. Dolphins they're messengers. They're also of harmony, peace, and loving. And this is you being protected of emotions. And whatever has been holding you that is hidden within your subconscious, that could be coming out in your dreams, or either suppressed emotions. They want you to know that you are protected, that you are loved, and not to mention that even if sometimes, you know, that things may be a little bit tender at times, you know, it may need to be spoken about. But all in all, it will be spoken about at the surface. Not everything has to be dug, you know, always swept under the rug. Never sweep anything under the rug. And you may be dealing with, let's say, a lot of emotional trauma that could be coming out in dreams or nightmares, or even some pleasant dreams. But you see the seahorse, they're all protecting you. You're loved. And the seahorse represents all, like, duality, peace, and again, harmony, as far as, like, spirit animals. And same thing with dolphins and even the jellyfish. Excuse me. And the fauna here. And this represents just your state of being. And even though we tend to dive, we may ignore our emotions sometimes because we may be too sensitive to our we may be too sensitive in a sense that we may be feeling other people's feelings, or we may be overloaded with things, and we may be dealing with gosh, how do I word it? I don't know why I'm getting so emotional. Like, excuse me. Oh, wow. Okay. You just, it's like you have been trying so hard to really control that, like to keep your emotions together, and whether that comes out in being snappy or being like crying, that is nature's way of just letting emotions flow. And of course with the dolphins, they come in, there's 3 of them, and there's 3 seahorse. That's the masculine energy right there, as they are pregnant with the love that they have to protect you in that realm. And so you are always given the support that you need, even whenever you may not realize it. And so it's a place at your higher collective that you need to speak about. And it may not be an easy task, but it's a power that you need to take control, and you not need to fear of. And whether you may be dealing with, again, like emotional trauma, or just anxiety or heartbreak, or job loss, or just worries, or you're super sensitive, or even if you're experiencing apathy, it'll come in as, again, like in waves. And sometimes the truth can hurt, like with the jellyfish tentacles. Sometimes the truth may sting a little bit, and sometimes that really does hurt. And even though sometimes we may wear our heart on our sleeves, it's like, oh, we keep trying, and it's like, oh, it never seems to fail. But nevertheless, you still are protected in this. You still are guarded. You're in a safe haven, like you are protecting the inner child of yourself. And you get to feel, it's all about emotion. Like you are whether you're dealing with, anxiety, depression, there's a whole slew of things, loss, or even happy moments. So, there could be joyful moments, but it's always being brought to the surface, as dolphins are our friends, nature's messengers that are constantly just delivering the message across. And that's what Archangel Gabriel is sending, that love as before. So I'm going to do some tarot and see exactly for the higher collective on what that means. And you could be, you could be stressed out. You could be like, there's a whole slew of things. You could be very, up and down like a roller coaster at times, and feel like, oh man, you could be picking up on other people's emotions or feelings, and you never know whenever it conflicts with your own. Sometimes that does happen. But always know that, that they may say, hey, you may need to dive deeper and to discover and to pick apart and to self-discovery of what, and like to analyze of what is the root core of what's this and what's that. So we're gonna really see what's going on as far as the entire collective that chose this card. And I mean this with all love, as well as who all is here. Again, I cannot shuffle for anything. Again, I'm so sorry. Okay. Let's see. Ten of Swords. It's betrayal. Alright. Eight of Coins. Oops, excuse me, that was a burp, I'm sorry. Okay. That did not mean to come out. See, look at that. Nine of Swords. Anxiety. I'm telling you. Page of Coins. So it's something that could be new, like in a work environment. Let's see. Oh, Seven of Swords. Wow. Okay. And Six of Swords. Okay. Excuse me. And then Four of Coins. Getting a lot of... Oh, this is kind of heavy. Yeah, oppression. Ten of Wands. So, Two of Cups. Nice. King of Cups. There we go. There's that emotional connectivity. Okay, Three of Wands. And look, Seven of Cups. Right there. Right there. All right. So I feel like you just feel, as I just described this, I feel like there could have been someone new, maybe in a work environment, that maybe have betrayed you, or you're maybe worried about work. Someone had turned their back on you or said something, but that changed. Or maybe a new job opportunity, or maybe like a new relocation. You may be worried about a relocation, about with someone else, like a partnership, and you have just enough just to sustain yourself right now, even just emotionally, because right now, like, you just feel, again, like with the whole weight of the world is on your shoulders twice. Like, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of, like, I feel like this energy here with the Page of Coins either was a younger energy, that was more so, either it could have been you lost a kid. I don't know why I'm getting like kids. And it has nothing. If you have been like trying to, for those that like parents have been trying to get pregnant, I see this as like you kind of been working at it, maybe, been worried about certain, like your own children, that, especially like on, and teaching them, like, especially like in, this, like, school. I feel like this is like school related. And you just don't know what to do. But like all of this is about to change, and then with this a Seven of Swords, it's a very clever way and it's a very clever way of changing, of coming out of that Ten of Swords, where you're just like, all this burden, like I have so much going on. I feel like this mother energy, even though we got this King of Cups here. Again, it doesn't matter if it's male or female in this aspect, whether you're a single father, because I got Two of Cups. And so I have a feeling that it was a mutual thing. Whether you're a single parent or not, it's like you have just enough just to afford what you can. And like that plagues you almost on a daily basis. And you're just like, when's it gonna change? When is it gonna happen? And there's so many opportunities that are gonna be presented to you. And it's an enlightening feeling. Like you're having to play, like maybe one parent, I would say, if you're in both, like if you are in you and your significant other, if one parent is working and one's a stay at home, then one maybe, dealing with, homeschooling kids, or, and it's, it's a lot of pressure, and just in fear, or, just anxiety, or just, there's a lot of things that are, you're trying to come up with ways, like, how do I do to change this, like, and it's like you have just enough, but it's still, you're still waiting on that answer to come to you. But you are this King of Cups. You are like the balance. You are the Two of Cups. Like you're a mutual agreement. Whether you're co-parenting or even like it could be I don't want to come across as this way, but it's like another thing how this could be looked as is like I'm working on my, like they're trying to say, hey, you need to work on yourself from all the burdens and the backstabs that have been bestowed upon you, that has been riddled on you, and the energy that you are learning, the new skills that you may be learning in these clever ways, whether it be in therapy or, and that's another way of change and new things to talk about, and it's a mutual thing, and maybe it could be with a male or just somebody emotionally available to you, somebody that is close to you emotionally, and It's like you aren't greedy with what you have. You're very, you're still like waiting on, like, when is it gonna be where is my outlet? Like, where is my answer? Because I see so many answers, but which one is my door to go through? And it's like, which one do I choose? And that can kind of coincide with the dreams. You may be dreaming of this, you may be dreaming of ways of all that anxiety, all that stuff is built up and worry, and it could be coming out in your dreams. And then again, all this connection here and releasing all these, like taking like the swords out of your back and the oppression off of you, the weight lifted off of you that you've been working on to get off of you entirely, with the very little, I would say, sanity that you do have, and you're learning all these new skills just to get by. And it's like, and you're coming into this mastery of both, not just diving into the depths, but also going up for air to make sure you don't drown while giving too much of your energy and your you're not giving too much of your energy, your essence, your all of these things, your mental, your mind, body, and spirit, and not receiving enough back. And it takes a toll. It takes a toll on so much. So I'm gonna do, especially for mental health, and this can be another thing for mental health. This can go for excuse me, this can go for mental health, this can go for any sort of health, this can go, like I said, for parenting, this can go for either losing somebody, or being betrayed by somebody that you had a connection with and they got off scot-free, and now you have so many other options that you may have been in an abusive relationship that they took from you, that they seemed caring, and you're waiting for something else to come, which something else is to come, but it's not in the ways that where you need to focus on, again, yourself. You need to focus on who you are, and to dive deeper in with yourself, and to undo what's done. So I'm gonna pull some oracle cards. Excuse me. And see what all has in store for this, because I feel like you are definitely, you're still protected, you still have a way out. There are ways out, that's for sure. there is love. There is definite love. So do not give up on that. Like, you're waiting for that. That, you're just, okay. So I'm gonna cut it in half. Oh, that one fell out, so let's see what it is. Man holding a coin. Okay, so that's one of the first ones. Whether somebody was financially helping you, which that can kind of, coincide with that. The thinking woman is reversed, so that just means essentially saying that, well, you're sort of, again, like anxiety, you're sort of scatterbrained, and there is some sort of manipulative energy going on in there. So let's see, appreciation. See, you need to appreciate yourself. See, broken heart. Let's see. Angel of balance is reversed. So everything, you do have the angel of balance, but you do need to get some things in order, because I know everything is chaotic and there does need to be some healing in place. And I'll pull 2 down here. See, attachment. So that could be, again, like addiction or just what all of that entails is like, yes, like you are safe, you are appreciated, you are going to be provided for, but you need to focus on yourself. So let's see what the next card is. The thinking man. So yes, there's a lot of love, a lot of deep healing that needs to take place, and that's something that they want you to know. They need you to, there's some attachments, like some false masks that are kind of like on the outside, like you're able to kind of say, like, whenever somebody tells you, like, are you okay? And you reply, oh yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, and you wear a smile, everything. And on the inside, you're just crushed. And so that's what that card represents. And so you really do need to, go within and analyze and you start that healing. And so I will say, just a special and just a certain special, a little prayer for this group, for this card. because I feel like you've been sort of cheated in certain ways, or as far as like you feel like life is kind of, throwing you hardball left and right, as far as that goes. And it may not seem fair right now, but there is hope. And do not ever underestimate yourself. And, we all have a part to play in this world. And so I would like to say that, you are an absolutely beautiful and wonderful and glorious person, inside and out, with strength like no other. And whatever you may be going through, just personally, I know it speaks differently to everybody, and through all the misfortunes, there is so much more, there is so much better to come. And believe me with that, there is so much better to come, as there are so many doorways and possibilities, so much healing that will take place, and it won't be easy. Sometimes it won't be easy. Like whenever somebody says I would rather hear the ugly truth than a beautiful lie. that applies. But whatever has been done to you, do not let that ever don't let that sink into your mind as it may be who you are. Maybe I'm picking up on all of this, is why I'm stuttering, because my gosh, it's a lot. And I'm sorry about that. I just feel like there's a loss, but there is nothing that you can overcome. You do have support, and even with what you may be dealing with, either on your own, you are never alone. There are others with you during all of this. And trust me, whenever they say during this path, it takes a long time for self-discovery. And it takes essentially but I don't know, I'm so sorry. You just need to appreciate yourself. You are beautiful. You are gorgeous. You radiate more than you think you know. And you need to tell yourself that each and every day of your waking life, and before you go to bed. No matter how many times others may you know, it doesn't matter how many times others may say otherwise, whether it be a loss or struggle. You are the empowerment. You are your own light. And in this world, being a beacon of light, beacons of light tend to attract the most vampire type energies that will suck and feed off of you. And don't ever, it's okay to say no to something that you do not feel comfortable with. It's okay to say, it's okay. Being selfless is one thing. But there is such a thing as being too selfless. Do not become a doormat. Do not ever become a doormat. But you've got to think of you too. And so you need to self-reflect and go within. Because healing starts within. And whether you need a hand, it's okay to ask for help. It's absolutely okay. And you are always loved. And never forget that. And not just in this plane either. You are loved in so many other planes, like 4th dimensional, 5th dimensional, 6th dimensional. It goes universal. Like you have an entire army that loves you for who you are. And don't ever forget that. Okay? So, I'm sending a special I love you and for Archangel Raphael to send a lot of healing for this group that picked this card, to send a lot of green light and pure source light and golden light to open up that heart chakra and fill them with green light, please. And let them feel loved and let them know, please. And I thank you. Alright guys. Again, I'm so sorry that I'm still coughing up and clearing my throat. But for the ones that picked card 4, and that comes with rose quartz, you guys picked the Tower. And I know it's a bit I know it's kind of typical, but I have a meaning for it. This is a new beginning or a new awakening as far as ourselves. Whether you may be going through like a midlife crisis, or we tend to think highly of ourselves, or even our ego, or we may be just focused on one thing right here and of just ourselves, when there's so much more to the picture. And instead of, we may have new ideas, and like what they want you to know is that there's some things that need to be changed just about yourself. Again, I'm so very sorry, but it's in a very positive manner, I will put it. And of course, as you can see, it's in Mars, so it's in a very, like, a passionate, a very straightforward, blunt manner. It's like, what are you searching for? And I don't view this as something crumbling down, but however, it's like breaking away old habits and rebuilding new habits. So instead of, focusing on one, this is something that they may want you to focus on. So let's see what they have in store for you. Again, I'm so very sorry. And they want you to feel loved while doing so. Because everybody needs love by doing that. And you may be working on that as well. And everybody tends to have growth spurts, as I've mentioned with all of these, according to the oracle reading that I read first, is that we all need to grow, we all need to expand our horizons, and that is something that we need to speak our truth about, that we need to regain our power, be a little bit more playful, and, to invent new ideas, to, if there's, we're reinventing ourselves. If you're going through a change, this is how they may want to manifest that. So let's do some tarot and see how that collective so very sorry. Oh my goodness. So this has to do with all about even self-image, even how you view self-image as well. So let's see what they say. And what they want you to know. Yeah, I know, I'm such a slow I'm such a slow shuffler, but it gets the job done. Yeah. Okay. So, what do they want you to know? Queen of Coins. Hey, be alert, be humble. Hey. Two of Swords. That's nice. Queen of Swords. Okay. Alrighty. I like how she's like kind of giving you that side eye. Like, yep, I've got it. But she's very straightforward. Let's see what's next. And Nine of Cups. Hey, it's a very positive, celebratory thing. Nine of Cups with love. Oh, see, I told you. justice, balancing. Like you're making sure that everything is in order. See, and it's turning in your favor. It's turning in your favor very fast, actually, for those who are working on themselves. Yeah, isolation, there we go. Hey, they're working on themselves. Not isolation. And then 2 of coins. Look at that. This is positive, guys. The hanging man. Hanging man. Yes. And then Page of Cups. Look at this. Wow. All right. So, as I said, like with the rose quartz, we tend to only focus on one thing. We're very straightforward about ego here. We tend to think highly of ourselves. Once that Queen of Swords comes in, and we may be juggling what to do, that 2 of coins comes in there, and we're learning and maybe rebuilding different ways, and that Page of Cups comes in, so it could be some emotional techniques, but it's also self-discovery. And that Queen of Coins is very humble energy, and that Queen of Swords energy is like, hey, I'm going to tackle it, like, straight on. If those that are working on themselves, and the Hermit that pulled the Hermit, that's like, hey, I have been secluded, I'm doing this, on my own. Like, for those that I have been working on myself, I've been saying positive affirmations, I have been doing all I can, I have sacrificed, a lot of things in life that has turned, things have turned quickly for me, and I've gained some new insight. I've also been full of love. See, there's love in it. I've been gaining new love. I've been working with some love. I've been trying to focus on some love here, and I've been trying to remove that veil, and humbly remove that veil. Whether you're an earth sign, an air sign, it doesn't matter. It's just you are cutting you have 2 swords here. You're making some changes here, some changes there. You're replacing your options, and with justice here, you are balancing, doing what's right within yourself, and it's turning fast. You've sacrificed a lot from the old, and it's turning into the new, and it's a very it's a very happy, like I told you with this, it's a very happy thing. Wow, that is beautiful. And it doesn't matter whether you are female or male, and it also could be from astral plane as well, coming in, like your angels or guardians saying, hey, this is time to get some stuff done. We are making it like, hey, this is the way to go, because you see her wings, and this could be you on the earth plane, 3rd dimensional. where you're very alert, and you're like, okay, what do I do next? And you're in this hermit mode, and you're like searching. And then also, and you're learning, you could be full of this creativity, like this spark of emotional creativity. Like I almost want to hear like a I don't want to say a siren song, but because that's not the correct term, but like a mermaid song almost. Like there's a lot of musical, like just peace, like you're searching for inner peace, and that is turning for your favor, just to be at peace, not just with other people, but just within yourself. And that's something that you're restructuring, and that's coming out in such a positive manner, and that is such a beautiful way. Whether it's in a job, like you're able to, you're both yin and yang, like you're able to balance. You're very observant, you're very intuitive, and so it's something that you've been doing for, I would say, quite a while. And that takes quite some time. I won't lie. To dive in the depths of oneself, and then to sacrifice what has been old. The hanging man is the top of the tower. You sacrificed what's been the cluster of the old, and you're bringing in all this positive stuff, and that is you're bringing in an equilibrium, and that is something that is paying off for you. So let's get some let's do some oracle. And let's see where this goes. Wow. You guys are some pretty amazing people whenever it comes to rebuilding yourselves. Like, especially like with this, after all this chaos that, with expansion, opening up, and it's like, hey, I've been really working on myself. I feel proud. And you should be. You definitely should be, because you deserve it. You definitely do deserve it. Alright. Let me do this number here. I know I shuffle weird. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it in half and put this on top. Let's see what it brings. Okay, well, financial constraints. Okay, so that could have been in a place where you were. Again, a place where you were was envy. See a woman holding a heart. This is where you're coming into. strategy. You like spontaneity. Or everything may have been chaotic. The thinking woman is upright, so you know what you're doing. And the last one is walking away. Yes. See, and that's right, under envy. And then woman holding a coin. Right. Yes. Alright. Now, financial constraints is something that you could have been in a place where like where you could have been like a hoarder of something. Even it doesn't have to be financial, it could just be materialistic items, or even of the ego, and that's something of envy. You're letting all of that go. And oops, I just knocked a copper thing off. And then now you're coming into that woman holding a heart, which is love. That is just pure love. And you've walked away from all of that to bring into like, and this woman holding a coin, good fortune, good luck. It's turned in your favor. And even though you may not have a for sure plan, because hey, life is like a surprise. Life is full of surprises. But there is definite love, self-love. And then the thinking woman, like, you know, there's a lot of feminine energy, but again, it can go both ways. So I really love this reading. You guys have been really working on yourselves. Or if you have been in some financial constraints or tight on money, then, you know, it's something that could just be for, just, kind of balancing back and forth just to see your resources. But everything is turning in your favor as far as it goes. So yeah, I definitely love this reading. I love this card. For the ones that chose card number 5 is the clear quartz of quartz. Alright, let's see what card you chose. The Tree of Life. And I decided to choose this because it spoke to me in a way that for the ones that choose this one and the higher collective, you guys are the ones that look outside the box, that are wanderers of the universe. Excuse me. That see every tiny detail to the bigger picture. You guys have mastered every single part of not just our third dimensional plane, but you want to explore more in depth. I'm so sorry. You want to explore more in depth of what the universe has to offer. And you see every little nook and cranny. You like to solve problems. I'm so sorry. Like, you've been through, how do I put this? I've meditated on it, and this is the version. You understand that you like to search for, like, you would be great detectives, you would be great, like, astronomers, like, going into astrology, I would say, or even, like, tarot, or Reiki, shaman, any type of spiritualism, like, that would be your, something to dive into. Like, you are a walking, you are a walking dictionary, and that is something that you would seek knowledge, wisdom. You like to learn, not just one thing. You are you realize that you are multi-dimensional. You realize that there are just webs everywhere, like within, like, this, within the hive mind, that we are all fractals of a hive mind. And that's why I chose the clear quartz, because it's an all, it stands for all. It's a universal stone. It can be programmed for anything. And that's why, like, you search for everything universal, even interdimensional. You would be excellent in searching for, like, I mean, pretty much anything you put your mind to, and you would excel at. Like, you have mastered the, like, overcoming the ego. As far as that comes, you have mastered, or you are in the beginning steps of mastering certain parts of the ego and overcoming those steps and providing those growth spurts of becoming not just one within the physical, but your spiritual, your essence, the ether, in your multi-dimensional self. And so I'm so sorry, I keep on clearing my throat. And so I feel like, you know, this is what, like, the collective wants you to know, like, that this is what your expansion is. Like, you're the tree branches that's branching off so many ways. Like, you have so much knowledge, you have so much wisdom. You're an old soul. You're a very old soul that has very ancient knowledge that is coming to fruition. And, like, everything is aligned, and you understand the laws of how the universe works, and not just what our universe is, but how you're taking the learning steps as to how our plane works. It's just, it comes to you naturally. It's something that's natural to you, and it's something that, you know, whether you are a starseed, a wanderer, a walk-in, a volunteer, you believe in, I would say, reincarnation, you know, you've experienced in, I would say, paranormal aspects, you know, you may have seen things, and, like, you are an enlightened being, and more so than the average person, like, and that's why all these that resemble the chakras, like, every part of you is awakened. And so I would like to pull some tarot, and I'm not dismissing that everybody else is not important to this, as, we all can become this. We all strive to become better. There is no competition whenever it comes to that. Like, you tend to look at things from just a different perspective than other people. And that's what makes you, like, I would say, like a counselor, or, at least a counselor, or, somebody who is wise, an old soul that has such ancient wisdom, as somebody who is a philosopher, or a high priestess, a high priest, what you may label yourself as. And that is something that you have been, searching for, is a home. Because maybe you may not feel like here on earth is home. And that's sometimes because there is more out there than meets the eye. And not saying that any of these other cards, that none of you don't believe in that, but with this card here, is that it comes to them naturally. And these are the ones that resonate with most. That everything is in line. Everything, they're easy learners. They catch on quick. And whatever sparks them the most, they have learned, they have been to the Palace of Wands, they've been to the Palace of Swords, Cups, and every other place. Like, they are the galactic travelers, is what I like to say. And they are the universal codes. They're the light beings. They understand the essence of themselves. They are I would say, the most enlightened ones that understand. And it can be a very lonely path, because people don't understand these. Others may not understand how this group may work. And so we're going to pull some advice on for card number 5. And it's always a growing and learning process for everybody. And I, by any means, am not demoting anybody else and the other cards at all. But, everybody has their learning steps. And it's not, everybody has their own place, their own purpose. And sometimes it can be lonely. Sometimes it's very abundant. So let's take a good group. Let's take a good look as to the advice. Let's go ahead and shuffle for card number 5. And come on. Again, I can't shuffle. But I try. Some advice. Let's see what you guys have been working on. Oh, yeah. 5 of coins. Yeah. We tend to be a bit isolated. 2 of swords. Yeah. For the tree of life. Queen of swords. There we go. Very bluntly honest. Let's see. Okay, see, look at that astral traveling. I feel like that's astral traveling. See, look, you're going home. Astral traveling to a home. Like trying to find a place because you may be disappointed here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, one more card. To the stars. Yep. Alright. King of Cups. Okay. Let's whoop. Yeah. 3 of Wands. Like, I wanna, like, when is it gonna happen? It can be very depressing at times. 5 of Cups. And here's your conscience, the Sun. That's something that you know. And then 7 of Wands. And that's like you're standing guard. And then Queen of Cups. Oh, wow. So you've got King of Cups and Queen of Cups. Very emotional beings. All right. Alrighty. So what all this tells me is, like, with the 5 of Coins, it's like it's your job. Not necessarily it's your job. Like, it's your, well, yes, it is your job to unveil the sorrow from other people. And you have to do it with such a presence, like with and not just an emotional presence, but like a mixture of clarity and emotional state. And you're traveling to not just, I would say, literally the cosmos, and that you feel like that's your home. And that's something that you're very defensive about, that you stand guard about. And you know, that makes you, it's like, you know, when can I return? That's almost like like you're waiting, like, when can I return and go back? Like, I know there's more out there than meets the eye. Like, I know there's more out there than meets the eye with that star. And especially with this Queen of Cups. And especially with the Sun, you know, that's being brought into light, quite literally. And with the King of Cups, you know, you're the duality. You've figured out how not to only be you're in an emotional state, but in a also astral state as far as this goes. And it is literally your job to uncover that to sever those ties of what people, like, it's your job. Wow. It's your job to either, you know, go ahead and cut the blindfolds off and say, hey, this is what's really going on, and you are traveling home to not just the cosmos, but to the stars, where that's your home, where like I said, you know, astrology, you search for deeper answers, and you feel like when is it my turn? Like, when am I gonna get, like, that's your job, but, at the same time, it brings you a sort of depression. Not depression, but it's like it's a deep emotional sadness, like a loneliness, like, and it's something that you often feel that you have to stand guard and not, I wouldn't say mask, but in terms of, that yes, you would have to in ways, because with the Queen of Cups here, she's really in thought. She's the one that's in the waters, that's going under, she's everywhere. You're going from fire, you're going from being, the king, the master of being on top of the water, going from the depths all the way to the cosmos, and you're astral traveling, like, to different places within those, and that brings you a sense of security to explore further. And so that was also is your happy place, and it's not an illusionment. It's very real, and something that you know very well, and you have the ability to sense other people's, I would say, pain as well. And it's like, you want to be this helper, you want to be this, you want to help a lot of people, and it's like, at the same time, but who's going to help me? And it's like, well, I've got to look further deep within. So, I believe that, you are definitely, for this group here on card 5, is definitely a clear indication that there's still some growing that needs to be done, but it is already set in stone of what you guys definitely need to do. It doesn't matter what your sign is, but you're getting messages from the higher ups, the higher collective, interdimensional beings, angels, like I said, either star seeds, again star seeds, or what have you, because you feel like maybe this isn't your home, and you feel like this is your purpose here, and that brings you the emotional security to find the answers, because actually you're very intelligent. You are extremely intelligent. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and do some oracle cards, and that matches up with this reading. Or even if you're a wanderer that goes, or astral traveling, that goes to meets the heavens, or astrology, that you are emotionally invested And that's what brings you happiness. You love to help others out. You love to bring out the truth in the things. And it's not that you're walking away from it, you're walking to those places of peace. Because you're ascending above and beyond. And that is whenever you know exactly what you need to do. And at times it can be frustrating because you're like, well, God, sometimes whenever things are thrown at you, whenever things are thrown at you down the rabbit hole, you're like, oh God, like, what do I do? Like, I can't handle all this. Just back off, just for a little bit. Can't handle all this at once. So let's see what the oracle cards say. Let's see. Okay, so I feel like this. Whoops. Okay, so that popped out. Let's see. Door to spirit, what did I tell you? Yes, you are traveling to above and beyond, my friends, my lovelies, and the tree of life. You are traveling to door to spirit. I wouldn't be surprised, like, you have encountered so many things there. Healer of the ages. Oh wow, like even ascended masters, and that this is also around like your health as well. Wow. You guys. Oh my gosh. Personal. Let's see. Door to personal healing and happiness. Wow. See, and that goes right near to healer of the ages. So, and then woman holding a heart. I'm sorry. Wow. See, there's a lot of love being shown your way. Like, there is passion. Like, you are, oh my gosh. Oh my God, that is nuts. Oh my gosh. Blossoming abundance. Oh my gosh, you guys are getting all the good cards. Why? I'm jealous. Let's see, I think it's this way. Yeah. And then at the bottom. Alright. Patience is reverse, so you're a bit impatient about it. I know. I get that way too. An archangel, this is I swear, this is, I don't know how many times I've pulled him. Archangel Chamuel, third chakra, like playful. It brings you happiness. Like you're like you are ascending to great heights. Like, even though, like, you've met ascended masters, I would say, and like personal healing to happiness, this is where your place brings you, you know, this is your job, this is your everything. You have connections with angels, even though you're impatient about it sometimes. Yeah, I mean, you're like, oh, I want more, but, and then sometimes it's like the complete opposite, and they'll bombard you with some stuff. But, I mean, you will have a direct link with door to spirit, or door to source, or divine light. Excuse me. And that's something that you know. Or a door to cosmos, door to everything. Like, that's a universal door right there. You're able to see loved ones. You're able to see, like I said, angels, loved ones. Like, and even tap into the Akashic records. Wow. And it brings you personal happiness and healing. Like, that is your meditation. That is beautiful. Wow. For those of you that picked card 6 and the green amethyst, let's see what you got. You guys got the Palace of Coins. And see, look, if I can orient it right. If, see how Bambi's all grown up here. See, look, and then the owl is blended in here. Full of wisdom. Full of wisdom. This is home. This is our home. So what they want to convey here is that this is something that we are very used to. And in terms of, this is our quiet place, our very, some place that we are very used to, very, an earthly place. As you can see the mountains in the background, not too sure if you can see it on camera, but there's lavender here. It's very soothing atmosphere, and it's just a beautiful greenery that's full of life, and just as you build your own humble abode, and it's just an absolute gorgeous place to be. And with the stag here, with Bambi right there, all grown up, and the owl's wisdom from up above, blended in with hidden wisdom in the mountains, as blended in. This is stuff that we're used to, stuff that makes us comfortable. Also, this is what they want us to know, is that it's a place of safety. It's a place that where we can retreat to, and it's in the comfort of our own home, where Mother Earth, that we can be free, where we have overcome from all of these, where we can just kind of rest and relax in this place. And this is a rest and relaxation. This is a sanctuary of where we can just do what we need to do and just enjoy our time, enjoy the pleasures of life, the fruits of our labors, and how, and everything that comes with it. And you can either make life how you perceive it with what knowledge and wisdom and the free will that you do have. You can either make life beautiful as it is, or you can make it a living hellhole. It's all up to you. Because you are the creator of this world, of our world. And it is all up to you. And this is your humble abode, as I've said. And it's quite a beautiful place that you can retreat to. You are the element of Mother Gaia and the energy of her, and the animals that frolic throughout, enjoying life around you, as well as the cool air, the warm energy, the inviting aromas of the flowers, and the pure oxygen that you breathe that engulfs your lungs. It is a place of serenity. It's a place of peace. And this is where they are telling you where you need to focus. Excuse me. Like where you need to meditate, or where you need to grow and build, not just, not just for yourself, but as a community as a whole. And because the mountains are in the background, and it's not a snowy mountains too far, but there are a lot of trees, a lot of foliage. I messed up the words, I'm sorry. But just imagine all of the fresh air, the sunshine, and whenever it turns night, you get to see the stars, all the night, beautiful night animals that you get to hear at night. That gives you a sense of serenity and tranquility. And this is a place of peace where you can go to. And this is absolutely one of the best calming places you can go to. And this is what Mother Earth is supposed to be represented as, what we are familiar with. And even if you are a worker of Gaia to save, like if you are to save the planet or save the animals, or be a humanitarian, a vegetarian, or vegan, it's completely up to you. If you are a gardener, just something to give and receive, you're somebody who is humble, and somebody that does charity work, and somebody that is very in tune with nature, and somebody that knows their stuff, how to grow, and as far as not just for everybody else, but to provide and save, to return for Mother Gaia and all her beautiful animals, creatures that live amongst us, that teach us how to live, as we can also be blindsided by society nowadays whenever it's turned upside down. So let's see what we pull as far as tarot. Let's see the purpose as far as that collective, whether humanitarian work or, cooking or gardening. You know, herbology, even working with crystals. You know, that's another thing that can be done. You know, working, like I said, with animals, working with other people, very humanitarian work, charities, even doctors, becoming doctors, nursing, like if you're wanting to become anything as far as humanitarian works or in that sort of field to help others, to give and receive and to love. And it's a very grounding energy. And it's all filled with love, peace. Not the kind of like, oh, peace, love, and harmony, but there is harmony. So let's see how this collective works. Show me boundless of goods. Show me boundless of goods. It's also a place of healing, I would say. Definitely a place of healing as well. Whoop, card fell out. I don't think it's supposed to. Let's see. Six of Cups. Nostalgia, or the past, reminiscing memories. So I will definitely put that one out. Or it's also kids. Like if you work with kids, marriage agreements, that's another thing. I feel like this is good. Okay. Be sure my mic is on. Okay. Split it here. And here. Okay. And King of Swords. Okay. Taking things into action. For sure. Alright. Very blunt, very straightforward. Page of Swords. Oh my gosh. So we have younger energy. So there's definitely like kids involved, whether you're an air sign. Okay, Four of Cups. Just kind of in your comfort zone. Like, I'm kind of chill here. And then Six of Wands. That's usually the victory card. Like, this place is wonderful. Here, let me stretch these out. Excuse me. Oh gosh. And the Hanging Man. There's been a lot of sacrifices. Sorry, I'm a perfectionist. Three of Wands. Look at that. Waiting. Waiting for something. And then Knight of Cups. Nice. Love. Love and abundance. That is the that is the action of love. And strength. Look at that. Look at it. Wow. The Fool. Oh, wow. That is great. Like new beginnings, fresh energy. Let me push these up a little bit. Page of Cups. Oh, wow. So I feel like there are kids here. Like, there's a lot of kids here. And then, oh, Queen of Wands. That's the Passion card. Wow. Wow. All right. So, let me put this up. And, oops, I clicked. Okay. Alright. Be sure everything's working. Okay. So, Six of Cups is usually can be like the past, or it can also indicate children, nostalgia, but it also can indicate marriage sometimes. And, King of Swords, again, also wisdom, that straight to the point, we're getting things done. And then the Page of Swords is a very young energy, like I'm just learning these techniques on how to be, like, for example, like if you were a doctor, this would be the King of Swords. Like, for example, in this scenario, that would be like a doctor, someone who's very intelligent. And the Page of Swords, that could be relevant to somebody who could be a trainee, somebody who's younger. And the Four of Cups can be like, oh, well, I'm very comfortable here. This is my success. This is my successful comfort. I've sacrificed a lot to get here from past things, or or I'm doing a lot from, yeah. And with the Three of Wands, that could be like, hey, I'm gonna be in this way, I'm gonna be checking out new things, new ways, like how to tame excuse me, like I'm going to let something grow. And with the Knight of Cups, it's going to kind of churn in, like I'm forming all this love and abundance and like into strength. Finding that inner strength, that new strength, this new love that is coming in with the Page of Cups and the Queen of Wands, which is something that you are it's a new passion for some of you. That it could be a new emotional passion for some of you. It's something that you love to do, whether it's be taking care of animals or going through let's see, taking care, like I said, taking care of animals, or taking care of others, like the elderly or whatnot, or being a therapist, somebody who's very intelligent, very passionate in what they do, and then it's a success. You've sacrificed a lot, and like nothing you've realized that nothing has held you. You realize that nothing can't hold you back into a complacent state. That, even though you enjoy being here in a place of, and I can't talk, I'm so sorry, in a palace of coins, regardless of what has happened in the past, or what your past influence has been, this is a new, passion, a new thing that is forming. And something of the old, that's returning. And that's been, stationary there. And it's been a complete success. And that's been, a sacrifice. And it's something new is coming in for you guys. And it's something that you're very passionate about. Whether, again, like I said, whether it's gardening, becoming a doctor, somebody who's very intelligent, or you're teaching younger people, or animals, and the strength card came in, which, indicates animals. There's a lot of animal symbolisms in here, or gardening, which there's also flowers in here, or even in the beauty community, if you wanted to. There's a lot of beauty, and that you could be passionate about. And there's so many things, even home decoration. And it's something that you might find a place of comfort. And you've been working on that love. Your actions prove louder than your words speak. And through this Nine of Cups. And that Nine of Cups is all about your love. You're very compassionate. You're very understanding. You are the nourisher of you are just, oh my gosh, you are the giver in all what you do. Everything you do, you put so much love into, and that is something truly beautiful. And it's finally arrived, and it's a brand new start for your journey ahead. And it's something that is truly amazing. And you're yes, finally. And you're in this, yes, it's coming to fruition. Whether you're, an air sign, a fire sign, or a water sign. There's so many signs here that it's crazy. So you made your world as it's meant to be, and that is just absolutely stunning. So I'm gonna pull some oracle cards, as I've done with the rest. And then I'm going to do I think there was a 5, 6, and then 2 at the bottom. And see how this resonates. You also could be teaching, like I said, teaching kids the same thing, or, even marriage counseling. You are a giver. You've sacrificed a lot to get here. And you finally realize that. Beautiful. Yeah, I am so sorry. I am so super slow. So, do that. Okay, sure. And cut them in half. Put this on top. Let's see what we get. Alright, we get all tied up. So, you may have a million things going on. You may feel trapped. But, and that can kind of coincide, or being in your comfort zone with here. But, let's see, Archangel Ariel, look at that. See it, that coincides with love. Like she's pulling you out of that. Second chakra. Action. See, your action is of love. And look at the horses. Little horsies. Aww. Alright. The thinking man. And that coincides with everything. Who is somebody who is very... Wow. Yes, he's holding crystals. Like, he is very... somebody who would probably be a doctor. That would coincide with the King of Swords. Or, somebody who's very intelligent. Alright. Door to Spirit is reversed. Alright, well... that just means... Here, I'll explain it to you in a second. Okay, woman holding a heart. Alright, there's abundance of love. And look at that. Door to personal healing and happiness. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, guys. Now, on the door to Spirit being reversed, it doesn't mean that you are cut off. It just means that some of them, that this is a more of a earthly plane part. Not saying it's not a spiritual retreat. It can be. But this is more of a, how can I put it? Sorry. I've been up like 5 hours, doing this, meditating all night and day. A little longer than that, but anyways. It's like they're kind of knocking on you a little bit. They're trying to get your attention in the third dimensional plane. They're saying, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's coming your way. It doesn't mean that you are cut off from it. Door to Spirit. Or that's your purpose. Or that is not a, sanctuary. Because it definitely is. Because Archangel Ariel, she is about the sacral chakra, or second chakra, which is self-love, which I have the peach moonstone right here that represents that. And not to mention the big rose quartz right here I have right here for all of this. And So that would be something for passionate, for personal healing and happiness, and that could be upon for others, and that to pull others maybe from being bound. And then Archangel Ariel is in this field guiding you, and she is quite beautiful. Like I said, also like maybe in the beauty department, she's also about self-love and harmony, and that's being taken into action. Like that is rapid action, and they're trying to get a hold of you by saying, hey, this needs to be done, you're needing to take the steps to do this. So, but this is all the readings, and I really hope you enjoyed every single little bit. Hey guys. So, I had a wonderful catastrophe. I hope y'all enjoyed the readings, and yeah. So this is what I was, baby. All right. All right. Let me gather myself. Oh man, you are too precious. Anyways, as I was saying, if you guys want me to do more readings, that is, I am completely up for that. Whether it's on like zodiac signs, for each zodiac sign, rising your moon sign, and if you don't know that, I can link that, where to go and how to find that out. Or even requests of any sort of reading that you would like for me to do. I still would like to get certain decks, as mentioned. Anubis. Yeah, this was a culprit. This baby here was the culprit of the beautiful catastrophe. Like, baby, they can't see what I want to show them, honey. They can't see it. And I definitely, God, I don't want another catastrophe. Alright. Anyways, alright, there we go. I'm not too sure if that's all in line, but I will try to hurry this up in an appropriate manner and try to keep myself together. But anyways, this is my pendulum. I do pendulum work to channel all the energy, source light, universal light, golden light, and all the archangels and guardian angels, different, level of angels and different beings, interdimensional beings, cosmic family of light, and my own guides as well, which not only have they come to me through astral travel, but even through my pendulum, which my pendulum name is Veda. She's an organite, and which means she's infused with many crystals and stones into one. And she actually chose me whenever I went to, it's kind of like the scene from Harry Potter, like whenever Harry goes into Ollivander's wand shop, and it's like the wand chooses you sort of thing, and she's the one that spun for me. I have labradorite, selenite, obsidian, and lapis lazuli wired on top of her, and I wear her as a necklace, so she's with me at all times. And this represents that all the channeled energy is within the collective of all of your hearts and all of your souls and your essence. All that channeled energy is within everybody. So, and the whole layout of this grid here is to represent an Ankh, and which is the key of life, the womb, like, of creation. Similar, like, to just other symbolisms, like, you know, tree of life, as one of the cards I had pulled. And but I wanted to do it in a form of a grid, and my Himalayan salt lamp, I love the color therapy that it does, because it infuses the light codes that resonates within the crystals. Okay, Anubis, please, baby. Please, no, baby. But I have a mirror here, because with everybody being the magician and the mirror, not only my guides have said that they do travel through mirrors. Mirrors are portals to other realms, as I do believe that, and they are also other elements. So it's a self-reflection. Baby, please. I'm just waiting for Anubis just to start smacking away. Like, baby, please. No, darling. Here, you can... Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you for the kisses. But, anyways. Here we have the Angel of Pentacles. And that's for bringing in abundance of whatever you may need in life. The manifestation that you may need. And that's on top of the charged selenite. And then the druzy with the amethyst pipe. I thought that was kind of... You know, hey, I do have a sense of humor, as I said before. I thought that was kind of funny. So, and then we have the moot kite here, which is Archangel Michael's stone. And I'll add in some pictures where I've done a grid before where this stone before has actually had emitted light within from itself before. It had no reflection or anything coming from down the hallway, or had nothing reflective of for it to have a light source from it to come from. So I will include that for proof while I was doing readings. And this is, I have 2 lithium quartz on the sides here. On the sides here, which can help with, you know, uplifting moods and improving, you know, your health, your mental health, being in a positive state of mind. And I have a big citrine quartz over here that has a general crystal quartz, pyrite, peacock ore, that's for a lot of creativity. I also have a rose quartz there, and then lapis lazuli, and then magnetic hematite, and then black tourmaline, just to block out any negativity that you may have. And also have some more amethyst right there, just to really open up those, if you have any blockages, like say any creative blockages or self-expression that you may need, or anything that you may need to shed some skin, like the snake here. Snake energy is very powerful, and whatever brings you, whatever you need to manifest to bring good fortune in your life, which I have green aventurine right here, that's also good for great fortune. Now I have these 2 copper coils to really enhance the energy of the selenite. It's self-rechargeable, but it really enhances all that energy. And over here I have a big thing of rose quartz, which is extremely powerful. And what I do is I have my own... What did I do with it? I boil my own... Here we go. my own cleansing spray. I know it may not look pretty, but yeah, I know you're checking it out. You're checking it out. But I spray myself. I spray, the crystals and stones and, everything that needs to be cleansed. And it actually generally does work. It's very healing, very soothing. It's just a fine mist and just a spritz, boop, boop, boop. And it doesn't hurt the cats. Actually, no, you're still dry. So, but they enjoy. It's very cleansing. Actually, it helps the skin. I have sage in here. I know you won't smell it. I know you won't smell it. I have sage, bay leaves, rosemary. Let's see, basil and sandalwood in here, and all of it is boiled. So, and with purified water, and it's actually quite refreshing. And the sandalwood is kind of what gives the color as to how it is. So that's kind of my own product there that I kind of buy in bulk. As far as like herbs go and all that, and it doesn't take much to do, and you can make your own teas and things like that, and it's very soothing for you, than even more so burning it, as burning sage and whatnot for cleansing. It has different properties. But anyways, like with the crab here, the crab symbolizes that in any circumstances that what life may throw at you, you've got to be able to kind of just go with the flow and learn how to not only just side step from what curveballs are being thrown at you, but, and it's not just because I'm a Cancer, but it's also all about family, friends, your emotional state. You dive deep into what you really need to do, what you're passionate about, what you what you need to focus on, and so forth. And for the Celtic cross and whatever you've sacrificed all throughout the years, and the repetitive cycle, and whenever you combine the two, I'm not sure if you heard of Ouroboros, the serpent of the circular serpent, or serpent of life. Sometimes I can put two together like that, but where he eats its own tail. But it's another sign of again, like how everything is eternal. We're all eternal. So, and we always will be. But again, at the same time, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So, do take focus into what beauties you do have today. And with this pendant here, this is for a friend that I'm working on, and that shows all about love, of course, and I have that on top of the rose quartz, and all of this divine energy has been coming to the surface. And the reason why, I always contact the archangels to be sure everything is taken care of, every portals are cleansed, every portals are sealed, every negative energy is removed, entities or residual energies are removed, after I do pendulum work or even readings, and I always bless. All these objects here in crystals are blessed and are sacred, and protected. So, and you have, and to also add, you have the keys to not only see just for your physical avatar, just to open not just one door, but you have so many opportunities to do more. Give yourself that push. Always give yourself those positive affirmations, the I ams. If you've ever heard of the law of one, where Ra, speaks about all of this, that we are all one, we are all connected. He's an ascended master, and he's one of the ones that I do call upon before I do any of this, as well as the archangels and my own guides and my spirit animals, and as well as just and the Galactic Federation of Light, which I have been initiated in, as far as astrally, and apparently that's my job too. It's my job to help, and everybody has a different purpose here on this earth. And whether it may not seem fair to some, and whether it may feel like, punishment or torment at times, there's always a silver lining to everything. There's always a silver lining, because as I say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But again, we're all eternal beings. And again, I do excuse myself for repeating. Please excuse me for repeating myself. But let's see, I want to be sure it's recording. All right. But yeah, that is definitely some of the things. And this showed up after I saw my grandmother, this right here, this pendant showed up after my grandmother passed away back in April 27th of this year, 2020. And but I feel like it's a very good message for everybody. So I'll read to you what it says. If ever there is tomorrow when we're not together, there is something you must always remember. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. But the most important thing is, even if we're apart, I'll always be with you. And that is the truest statement for many of us, even whenever we're long distance, especially in how it is nowadays, that for being isolated, or even long distance friendships, or just talking to somebody that just needs some talking to, or even on the higher dimensional plane or astral plane. And it's just, we need to come together as a whole, instead of always butting heads on things. And that's what all this energy here is being infused with. And it's gonna take a while to overcome battles, but everybody has those abilities within themselves. And sometimes it's different for everybody. And sometimes you gotta hit rock bottom in order to rise back up, and and to see the truth. And for me, it was like that before I was even able to do any of this. And all of this stuff has been gifted to me. And I am so thankful and so blessed for all that I do have. And I wouldn't change it for the world, regardless of what is going on. You know, because I've grown so much in these past 2 to 3 years, more than I ever have, especially spiritually. And, you know, if I'm capable of doing that as well, and I'm, you know, not trying to really pull that card, but as a figure of speech, but, you know, just to let you know that you are not alone in this third dimensional plane. You are always loved. And even though that I may not respond right away, or I may not say, hey, like, you know, I may be going through some stuff, I may be trying to figure out some things, or it doesn't mean that I don't care or I don't love you. It just means that I'm doing more so of this so I can send all of that to you. And I'm working on myself so to be a better, more well-rounded and sculpted person, so I can be there for you and be a lot more comfortable in that setting, because there's still some of my own things I need to overcome as well. And we're all in this together. We all understand. And then for those that don't, just let them be. If advice falls on deaf ears, the seed is already the seed has already been implanted as advice, and I would let them be, but still send love from afar. But otherwise, your energy will be sucked like vampires, as I've mentioned before on the tarot readings. But yeah, I have been sending a lot of, you know, just so much peaceful serenity, or better choice of words, serene, tranquil energy for everybody. This is for everybody. And even if you just look at this for color therapy, this signifies everybody. This is for everybody. Excuse me. And Anubis definitely wanted to pop in and say hey. So, but anyways, that is the overall gist of things, gist of things. And that always believe in yourself, never give up, you know, always look within, and don't be afraid to reach out for help. If you need, you know, some time alone, that's okay. But if you're not okay, tell somebody. You know, let's tell somebody that you are close to, or may have bonded with somebody, even if it's over long distance. That's okay. You know, we're all in this together. And you are extremely loved. And that is always beautiful. You are beautiful, you are strong, you are serene. And also, I have some very good advice that I've, let me see it. see, I wrote down. Just give me a minute. Let me try to find it. Because I have a whole, like, if you look, I don't know if you can see it. I'm not, but it's a whole bunch of stuff. Alright, I gotta free up space. So I'll probably take a cut until I find it. So just a second. Here's the moochite that I was talking about that was emitting a light within, and we tried debunking it and there was no light source, so there's the proof. Alright, I found several good quotes I have written myself, and there are a lot, so and some of them may have some language, so pardon me. Oh, my feet. Okay, so first one goes, when the world tries to engulf your own in flames, ignite the spark inside and the world is yours to reign. And that's true. And the next is, don't lose yourself in the midst of chaos. Don't let the war destroy the peaceful fighter of you. Let it awaken the triumph, serene soldier within you. And, you know, I always try to come up with these inspirational quotes myself to not only help others, but it's therapeutic both ways. You know, beneficial for not only you guys, but for me as well. So this is also like a therapy session too. And the next one, it's a good thing to paraglide with valor and enjoy life's abundance with the wings of angelic beings, just as long as you don't plummet and feed the demons that once took greed of that gift and now envy you. And so that, which meaning that, you know, do not, you know, it's okay to, you know, enjoy life's pleasures, whatever that it brings. But, you know, life will sometimes, again, like I said, throw those curveballs every now and then. But, anyways, you know, they'll throw us some tests sometimes. And then the next one, we all have our demons and we also have our angels. It's not a matter of putting them on the battlefield, it's teaching them how to dance. And which, in that perspective, it's like admitting that yes, we have our own, like our own problems of dealing with certain things here or there, like for example, like I'm not used to doing this, or I may not be I may not have the right word choice at times, but like whenever I'm writing, you know, I have time to really sit and think of the proper word choice, and I'm trying to get better at overcoming that. And so I'm teaching, you know, how to find the equilibrium of merging that veil. Okay. And the next one, remember when life gets tough at times, think of how swords are made. It requires a lot of heat to melt the elements. It takes a lot of beatings to mold it into the shape it is. You choose the outcome when welding it, whether you put it on display as art or in decoration. non-violent entertainment for cooking, murder, survival, knighting the greedy or pure-hearted, or the brilliant inventor understanding the creation of all. Nevertheless, you will see the reflection of yourself inside and the silver lining that defines every purpose. And that is something I can kind of correlate with Archangel Michael, because he always has his sword. He will always hand you his sword of truth to see everything with clarity. And you can do with it what you will. And it's just something that I felt like needs to be said. Anyways, the next one is, and then here's some language, but anyways, I don't succumb to the challenges of defeat. Defeat succumbs to the challenges of me. I blow it a kiss in thanks for the words of wisdom in its visit, then bitch slap it on the ass and tell it to kiss mine on its way out the door. So, yeah, so, hey, whenever something happens, just learn the lesson, just understand that, say, hey, alright, I accept the circumstances, even if it may not be fair, but it's like, alright, well, you know what, toodaloo, later. You know, I'm gonna be like the crab here. I'm gonna be, you know what, I'm just gonna be going sidestepping here. I'm gonna be just, you know, sidestepping. I'm gonna flow through life. I'm gonna tell you to kiss it. And and here's another one with some language. Again, pardon the language, but that's how I am. At times, I do swear. Sometimes I swear enough like a sailor that would probably make a sailor shit his pants. But anyways, life is a lot like bull riding. You will get tossed off, trampled on, and thrown around. There are others in the ring with you to help you out. The crowd is watching and rooting for you too. However, it's not their rodeo. When the dust settles, you'll be able to get back on your feet and dust yourself off undefeated. So when that bull comes charging, grab that bitch by the horns, swing yourself back on, and shout, "Andale, motherfucker!" So when your rodeo is over, you can rest up and heal in order for your next one, or to help others with theirs. And that's just how life is, as the bull mirrors yourself. Whenever life tends to throw you those curveballs, you're just like, whoa, where the hell did that come from? And it's unexpected, you know? Like, oh my God, like, Jesus, like, you know, I just got hit with a bunch of stuff. Kind of like with this recording here. Like I've been recording, doing all this, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, hey, but you know what? I'm persistent. But, hey, it's all good, though. I grabbed it by the horns, baby. And, the next one is, I'd rather be bankrupt with finances, but wealthy with love, compassion, empathy, valor, creativity, wisdom, humor, joy, perseverance, and serenity, surrounded by the same and never meeting a stranger, revealing the beauty in the darkest and brightest days to those that are in need of aid, than to be rich with greed and all the money in the world, to live such a luxurious, egotistical lifestyle, disconnected from yourself, friends, family, humanity, and nature, too poor to comprehend the genuine, valuable treasures that life has to offer. Stay humble. And that is the closing of this part. So, I really do hope that you guys have taken some sort of insight from this as well. And again, I'm wishing you all the love and light and all the abundance and all the hugs and all the smoochies and all the laughter, all the joy that can possibly be sent infused, that is filling every part of your body, every part of your soul, all in your heart, that everything is peaceful within you to get you on the right track where you need to be in life, and wishing you well in your endeavors. And I love you all so very much. And until next time, bye-bye, guys.